Hi, my name is Eduardo. I'm gonna talk about the introduction of the topic from the migrants, and this is the introduction. Wherever lives their country behind us, not do it on a whim. Migrants can leave their homes for multiple reasons. Uh, he can go to other countries to work or to have a good life. Today, many people are forced to leave their country or origin and migrate to the United States in search of a better economic life. The situation happens to many people and affects them emotionally.
Hi, my name is Alfredo, and my subtopic is the economic analysis of the impact of Mexican migrants in the United States in 2018, the figures that show their true economic power. In the future growth of the United States economy, Latinos, especially Mexicans, will play a leading role. Of a population of nearly 57 million Latinos in the United States, more than 63% are of Mexican origin. That is more than 36 million people, and this includes Mexican immigrants residing in the United States and Americans who at census identify themselves as of Mexican origin. Also, the migrants of Mexican to the US, it has been for years driven by workers without higher educations who mostly work in the agricultural and construction sectors. The panorama has changed in recent years, experts explain. The Latino community in the United States has estimated purchasing power of US 1.5 trillion in 2018, which constitutes a 10.4% of the total purchasing power in the United States, according to the annual report of multicultural economy prepared by the Selling Center from the University of Georgia. Jeffrey Humphreys, author of the report, defines purchasing powers as disposable income to spend after tax. The report estimates that Mexicans and Mexican Americans have a purchasing power of 881 billion, or 57.2% of the total purchasing power of the Latino population in the United States. Humphreys says, the purchasing power of Hispanic is much more geographically concentrated than the of non-Hispanics. Only the state of California accounts for 26% of the purchasing power of Latinos in the country.
Social subtopic: psychological analysis of the emotional magnet of middle-aged Mexican in a situation of migration, as well as their daily activities, as well as their social and community environment. Moving away from where you grew and living and you love it on behind can be shocking. This becomes especially traumatic when fleeing the country of origin, either the political reasons or due to some natural disaster, in which a flight involves a life and death situation. Normally, the people who are forced to emigrate are young people with a partner who leave them in their country, representing serious blow on the stability of the relationship. As much as new technologies help to shorten distances, a hug, a kiss, or caress are not things that can be sent. Lack of family warmth can generate feelings of loneliness and coupleness, leading to situations of deep sadness. In addition, but to the bad task what the state understood who live the distances makes it impossible for them then share everything that happens to them. When that current situation occur in which both parties fare the worst. Migrants have their own tradition, languages, having which can be different from to the receiving society. This can depending on how interaction between other sides and native is. The arrival of people from the cultures can receiving society become more open and plural with the different ethnic groups.
Political subtopic. A political analysis of the collateral effects of migration of Mexicans and Latinos to the United States in 2066. Migration is considered the primarily socio-demographic phenomenon, but it can be argued that it's the most permanent effects and political. And they have both active passive manifestations. In other words, the complexity of the expressions in their words, the active and limited. Further, the most common effect of migration on the national politicals at the destination of the countries is that which has to do with the original population immigrations change the country's internal politics of many ways. For cultural, religious, and linguistic reasons, although in sense of the most effects mainly concentrated in the economy.
The conclusion we can see from these situations affect economically the people who have to leave Mexico to go to United States in search of a better economic life, and it becomes very difficult for them to adapt another country to the food, the people, anyway. Their families who still in Mexico suffer because they do not have their father or mother with them to talk or have this. The migration process affects all age, emotionality, but children are especially vulnerable.